This episode of What About Pod brought to you by the Nozzle.
Please wait while we calibrate the nozzle. Please do not look away from the nozzle. The nozzle is now calibrating. The nozzle is still calibrating. The nozzle has completed calibration.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Recording from the WAP Studios, welcome to What About Pod? Three men discussing news, music, cats, and other stuff too, at a tilted angle, whatever that means. I'm producer Jay, alongside co-host Chris Ricciardi.
I want him to think I'm a big piece of sexy man meat.
And the Grand Poobah himself, Chris Squires.
I like long walks on the beach, puppies. I want to be on a podcast. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Let's get on with the show.
Yes, let's get on with it.
The Nozzle. The funny thing is, I think the only two people that might find that funny would be me and you.
I'm fairly sure. I was losing it. I had to put my mic on mute.
So the Nozzle comes from Venture Brothers, which is Adult Swim, and it's ridiculously funny. So kudos to them, and you should go check that out.
Definitely check it out. Worth your while. Funny as hell.
So Chris here, producer Jay is here, Ricciardi is on assignment in the frozen tundra known as Atlanta, Georgia. State of emergency.
The dirty South.
The dirty frozen South.
Jeez.
So Jay, I guess since it's just gonna be you and me, how the hell are you?
Oh, good. No, nothing of note except just a lot of drama going on.
Yeah, what's going on what's in your life right now?
Oh, okay. Let me just detail the last 24 hours.
All right.
My girlfriend, Lauren, who was on episode 36, suffered a seizure last night.
Oh boy.
So it's definitely not any kind of laughing matter. We were in the hospital last night up until 10 o'clock. They were giving her, chest x-rays, CAT scans, making her, yeah, it was a very scary moment, but she ended up being okay. She's fine. She's at home recuperating right now. She took the day off work. So that's good, but I'm still kind of frazzled from that. And then not to mention today, we evicted a roommate. Not today, but.
Did you have like a survivor evictions? Did you put his lantern out, say you're voted off the island?
He wasn't there to vote off the island. What happened was I was going to give him a piece of my mind one day because he was acting like a chode. And okay, when I get home, I'm going to talk to this fucking guy and we're going to lay all our cards on the table. Well, he ran off to go stay with his parents and he was gone for over a week.
Nice.
Yeah, well, it was nice.
He went to he must have gone to the Squires School of Conflict Management, because that's exactly what I would do.
Go hide at your parents' place.
Dad, I'm going to come stay with you for a while.
It's scary over there in that new house with those weird people. So, okay, short little story about our now ex-roommate. A week into it, the guy gets drunk, falling down drunk.
Nice.
He seriously cannot get up. And he can't even speak English. He is talking this weird little hybrid of French and German.
Oh, hell yeah.
So this should have been a red flag right there.
Well, you're drunk when you can't speak English anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had no idea what he was saying.
Nice.
So fast forward a few months later. Or no, not a few months later. A month after that.
Right.
He's thrown a temper tantrum in his room. I can hear shit crashing around. He's crying. This and that. It's just bedlam and chaos in his room. And I'm in my room, which is right next to his. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to go over there and say something. So I bang on the door, knock that shit off.
Right.
He comes storming out of his room, gets right in my face, starts yelling at me.
Nice.
So it turns into this big blow up. We're about ready to come to blows. My brother Bob comes in and breaks us up. We get separated. He comes out later on. He apologizes. And then I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'll meet him halfway or whatever. So, okay, fine. I accept your apology. We just need to talk things out because it had been pretty tense up to that point.
Sure.
So I go into his room. We start talking and I find that he was cutting himself.
Like a emo teenage girl kind of cutting?
Like an emo teenage girl. He had a scalpel and was digging into his forearm. Into both forearms, and then started digging into his legs.
Nice.
Yeah. there was actually blood splattered in the room where he was cutting himself.
So how did you meet this guy?
This was Bob's friend. This was Bob's friend of 5 years. I mean, and I had socialized with the guy a little bit, and from what I known and I experienced with the guy was he was solid. I had no problems with him moving in. Only after he moved in did he flip the script and become a complete freaking psycho.
Well, only, you never know the messed up. All right, so a total tangent, but I'm going to go there. Seeing as we're talking about roommate, wow.
Yeah, I had to spring that on you.
Quick on the trigger.
Quick on the trigger. Had it ready.
Sound emanates from your speakers.
Okay, that's
all right. So, Jer had a roommate. Jer, and our good buddy Jer, has been with us a couple times. He and I have shared apartments / condos twice. Once was down in Tempe, and I moved in after he had this roommate named Katrina. She had a glass eye.
Did she do the wave?
No. But
was she walking on sunshine?
She carried around a fishing creel. You know what that is, right? So it's a little basket that like fly fishermen will cast, and they'll bring in a fish, and it's a little basket that you wear.
Oh, is that what that's called? A creel?
Yeah, a creel.
Okay.
To put the fish in. Anyway, she carried around. Yeah, she carried around a fishing creel as her purse, right? So, just to be a hipster, trendy. She was She was an art or a graphic design student, whatever. This is years and years ago.
Sounds a little pompous, but whatever. Teach their own.
So, Jared, being a good roommate, was giving her rides to and from Al Collins Graphic Design School. Remember that? I didn't even know it was still around.
I remember that.
But everyone, you go to Al Collins. You can make video games. You can do websites. Anyway, so he was giving her rides to and from. And one day, she was a smoker. And one day, she had lit a cigarette in his car and on a book of with a book of matches, and put her shit away after she lit her cigarette. Well, it turned out the match wasn't out. So it lit the fucking fishing creel on fire.
What?
So it's a wicker basket.
Oh my God.
And it's on fire. And she throws it out the window at like Mill and Broadway and just throws it out the window. So this purse is fully engulfed. Well, it's not a purse. It's a goddamn fishing creel. Fully engulfed in flames. And she's crying completely inconsolable because I think everything in her purse burned up along with it. Anyway, point is, I don't think you ever learn about someone until you live with them. And that goes for women. That goes for, it goes for women and the men they live with. I don't think you really get a true glimpse of someone's inner truth, inner light, inner personality until you live with them.
I got to agree with that, especially in this case, because me and my brother Bob, up to this point, we thought he was solid.
And brothers are different.
And that was,
you grew up with him. So you knew he was going to be.
But I tend to trust my brother's judgment. I was a little leery. I was like, okay, I just thought it was going to be me and Bob, but if this guy wants to move in too, he's kind of in a hard place right now. Sure, why not? I've interacted with him before.
It's money, right?
It's money. It takes the heat off of us,
right?
So we don't have to pay nearly as much rent. And then only then do we find out he completely flips the script on us, just goes completely nutsoid psycho.
Yeah, emo girl.
So we came to the conclusion, me and my brother, and my girlfriend had a big hand in this too because she had talked with the guy. Apparently, he was unloading all of his emotional baggage on her, saying he wanted to commit suicide, this, that, and the other, and just really weird conversations. And my girlfriend's pretty hard to freak out, and she was freaked out and very unsettled by his presence. Just was just very weirded out. And then I became that way too, because I'm thinking to myself, I wouldn't put it past the guy if he were to come in the room in the middle of the night with a butcher knife and try something.
Yeah.
I mean, I am serious. I am not even halfway joking about this.
Well, you're not living until you fear for your life when you sleep.
You fear for your life. Yeah, exactly. And you just didn't know with this guy. You didn't know if he was just going to be sitting there dressing up in his mom's dress holding a butcher knife while you're taking a shower.
Right. And your girlfriend is the lightning rod, just so you know. I'm sure
she is.
You know her very well.
Yes.
Clearly. And I know her very well. And she is the lightning rod she is the keeper of the wayward soul. She is very much that receptive person.
Yes.
Who looks like they want to hear everything you have to tell them.
I'm trying to toughen her up a little bit and You're like, no.
Oh,
but it is what it is. I'm not. Yeah, wow.
Holy shit. I think I just broke my finger. Oh, my God.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I just kind of inadvertently punched the shit out of the table. So
Is that
anyway,
how you feel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Long story, making it short right here. We made a decision to kick him out, and he came by today to get his stuff right when I'm trying to take a nap because I'd only have 4 hours of sleep from the previous night because of Lauren's trip to the emergency room.
Right. So it's a culmination, a perfect storm.
Right. So, and he came in unannounced too, so I knew if I was going to stick around there, bad things were going to happen.
Right.
So I went to go hide at my neighbor's place and just more or less stay out of this guy's way while he got his stuff out of there.
So what'd you do there?
I actually watched a DVR version of the Beatles 50th anniversary.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And that'll be coming up a little later on in the What About Pod Entertainment Report. So there is, oh yeah, why don't we just do that?
Sure.
So the saga is finally over.
Yes.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Thanks for bringing like real, true grit and drama to the show.
I know it. We should get a podcast Emmy for this.
So as you might have noticed, and I think I said at the top of the show, Ricciardi is away this week. He is out on business travel.
Building igloos.
Apparently so. He is in Atlanta, and apparently there's a state of emergency. The whole town is shut down. The federal government's sending snow plows and, I don't know, Shiner Bock. I don't know what they send in a situation like that.
I don't know either. I don't know. Hamburgers.
But we talked before he left, and we wanted to do something while he's on the road, just a quick way for him to chime in.
To spice up the show, if you will.
Absolutely. And provide us a much-needed break after the drama that's going on. Holy crap.
The drama that is my life.
That is. So we wanted to do, what can you do in these different places you travel? I mean, like restaurant reviews. I mean, Yelp does that. Everything we come up with was pretty much taken or, highly overdone by any number of other sites. So we decided to come up with a little something that every major city has. So here is Ricciardi's first chime in with the What About Pod restroom review.
Every major city in America has an airport, and each of them have restrooms. Here with another airport restroom review, Chris Ricciardi.
Well, here we are at the Phoenix Sky Harbor bathroom. Beautifully laid out, well taken care of. Everything is stocked and full. 0 hobos. Spaced evenly, no vomit on the seats. I'm going to have to give Phoenix Sky Harbor bathrooms 4 flushes. Would have got 5, but there's nobody in here to hand me a mint.
So that was our good buddy Chris with his first of the many airport restroom reviews that he will be performing for us here on the What About.
That was fabulous.
I thought so too, and I can attest, the Phoenix bathrooms, Sky Harbor, are pretty good.
They need a guy to give out mints exclusively.
And a spritz of Drakkar Noir.
Yeah, Drakkar Noir.
You can walk through it as you leave the bathroom.
There you are.
So well done, Chris. You will have a couple more spots within this show, actually.
You get to sit in the comfy chair next time you come back.
We're kind of ragtag with the way things are here. We have a nice, comfy love seat for guests to sit upon.
For all those hipsters out there, we're an independent podcast.
Yes, and we have no money.
So feel free to donate.
Yes. Speaking of which, so there are lots of opportunities to support the show on the Support the Show page at whataboutpod.com. If you go to that page, we have all of our affiliate marketing stuff. So you can click through to Amazon, support us that way with everything you buy. Doesn't cost you a penny. We have some Fiverr gigs. We have a donate button. So if you don't want to buy anything, you want to toss us $5, there you go.
I assure you it will get put to good use.
Probably $5 would probably buy
a small pitcher of beer.
A few beers.
It goes for the morale of the WAP crew.
We would definitely give away lots of swag for a couple of shillings. So that being said, support the show. You're doing a great job of telling people. Our numbers are going literally through the roof.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes. Keep listening. I swear we'll get better one day.
We're consistently average.
Right there, yeah.
Yes, you're welcome.
Hooray for mediocrity.
You're welcome.
At least we make ourselves laugh.
Yeah. The Nozzle. It's calibrating.
The nozzle is talking.
So, Jay, have you watched any Olympics?
Every time I watch the Olympics, I can never catch any other Olympic event other than various forms of speed skating.
I love speed skating. So
here's one thing I've concluded. Korean dudes can fly,
yes,
and the Netherlands have a really good long-distance speed skating team.
Yes, and yes. And did you ever notice, next time you watch and you come up with speed skating and you see the women speed skaters?
Yeah.
They come out on the track, right? And they're wearing that singlet. Leotard?
Onesie?
Yeah, the big...
I thought it was bodysuit.
Bodysuit.
There you are. Where's my applause?
Lycra-ish bodysuit. It's
all right.
And they're wearing like Oakleys or whatever the big sunglasses are, and you can't ever see them. And when they get introduced, they'll do a little wave and they'll smile, and you say, "Oh, she's got a nice smile." And then they go all the way around the track, and 9 times out of 10, when they're done, they'll take the hoodie of their unitard bodysuit off,
onesie,
and it's like, wow, she's really pretty cute. And she got a great body. She got like thighs that won't quit. And,
legs that could probably bring down the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, so, and I even thought Bonnie Blair was attractive back in the day.
Really?
Maybe not in the face. She had a nice body, though.
Oh, yeah. She had, duh.
Yeah, duh, right. She's an Olympic athlete, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And then today, the big news is Shaun White he quit the one event, the slope style.
Slope style, yeah. He exited out of that.
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous for Shaun White.
Right. I have 5 gum to promote. How am I going to do that if I have a concussion? So, apparently, the half pipe thing, it was today. He didn't even medal.
No, got 4th.
Yeah, so he...
the flying tomato splat.
Well, he cut all his hair.
Yeah, but he's still the flying tomato.
Well, you cut all
his tomato. His tomato.
He cut it.
He cut his tomato.
He cut his tomato off.
Cut his tomato.
He cut all his hair, so maybe a Samson and Delilah.
That was a couple
thing.
Years ago, though.
Well, yeah,
that doesn't really
before the last Olympics
make a difference.
Prior to the last Olympics. Yeah. So there you go.
He made the curse, but he won a medal.
Gold.
I think any event he was in, he got gold. I'm pretty sure.
I get that confused now with the X Games because it's all the same.
Pretty much the same people.
And off on one more slight Olympic diatribe, and then we'll get on to something else, I promise. I hate events where there is judging. I like timed stuff.
Yes.
I like racing. I get it.
Because you can't cheat time.
Right. Wow. Deep thought of the day.
Unless you're Marty McFly.
You can't.
And Doc Brown.
Or Scott Bakula from
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
See? That's why you're here.
That's why you listen to us.
You complete my sentences. When I can't come up with an obscure television show, Jay's right there. Quantum Leap, bitches.
Bing.
Yeah, I don't like the subjective. I just think there's way too much opportunity for someone, clearly, who can't perform the sport anymore, right, to put a number on how well you did. I understand in, like, figure skating, if you fall, I mean,
that's a dock right there.
Well, there are some automatic deductions, and they're of a certain type, right? So if you fall, there's a 0.5 or whatever the deduction is. It's standardized. But to call something better than something else when no one falls, if you and I do the same thing, same acrobatic type event.
So if I were to wear a leotard and...
Unitard.
Oh, thank you.
With a singlet. Bodysuit.
Onesie.
So, but if we're going to do the same type of thing, and the degree of difficulty I would have to assume they're all very close to being the same thing.
They have to be. Yeah, little things here, little
coming
things
out of
there.
the pipe. And I understand not landing stuff, but there are 2 guys that can do the same exact thing, not falling and not having like a major flub, and one can be scored much higher than the other, and women too. I mean, it's not subjective to gender or race or anything else. I just don't like how people who can't do that anymore are sitting there with a critical eye judging.
And people can be corrupted too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Although I don't know what you get. I mean, in America, wow, this almost sounds like Yakov Smirnoff. In America,
horse rides you.
In America, you train for gold medal. In Russia, we have no gold.
A gold medal trains for you.
Have we jumped the shark yet?
I think that happened as soon as we hit record.
You want to do some news?
Let's do some news.
From the news studios, it's the What About Pod News, starring Producer Jay.
with commentary from the man himself, smartest man in the universe. What's our first news story, Jay?
Have you heard of this restaurant called Dumb Starbucks?
Yes, but only because you pointed it out to me.
Dumb Starbucks, of course, looks identical to the real Starbucks and has everything in there except it's called Dumb Coffee, like Dumb Grande, Dumb Venti, Dumb whatever, Dumb Nora Jones CDs.
Nice.
Dumb Sounds of the World CDs.
Right.
And it's supposedly legal because it's listed under something called a parody law. You can make fun of the company and use their company trademarks.
So long as it's
for
satirical.
Comedic purposes.
Right.
It's satirical.
Right.
That's right. This opened up in Los Angeles, as we're recording right now, only a few days ago. And there was word today that Dumb Starbucks in L.A. got shut down.
It got shut down, I heard.
Due to supposedly a health code violation.
Right, but come on.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on. The only thing dumb here is Starbucks saying that it was a health code violation. Give me a break.
Big business pays off big government. I mean, that's the way it is.
Yep.
But how long?
You should have seen this line, though. People were lining up around the strip mall just to get a load of this place.
It gets to the point, though, where I don't know how much. Well, first off, I don't know that Starbucks or anybody else was colluding behind the scenes to have it shut down. I imagine that might be the case.
I think there was collusion there to shut them down.
But if
there had to be.
Well, if you don't have a product, though, that's any good, right? You can open up on satire and you can open up being, haha, that's pretty funny. But if your coffee sucks, your pastry sucks, whatever else you get at a normal Starbucks or anyplace else, if it sucks, no one's going to come back.
So to be fair, the opinions of Dumb Starbucks as far as their wares are concerned, they are dodgy. Some have said, oh, it's great, but the coffee, some people have said, ranged from horrible to bitter. So,
right. Well, that's like normal Starbucks.
Yeah, there you go. $5 for watered down coffee.
Or super, super strong for no possible good reason coffee.
So, Starbucks, we'd like you to sponsor us.
Yes. Coming to you live.
We would like coffee.
From the Dumb Starbucks studios. It's What About Pod? Sweet.
So they're shut down.
Podcast at What About Pod?
But the guy's hoping to open one in Brooklyn.
Like I said, your product has to be good, or people are going to come for the novelty and they're never going to come back.
This is right.
At what point is that a ripoff, though?
Under the parody law, I guess you can just keep it going.
Right.
Until someone blows the whistle, in this case, what we just talked about.
I'm just talking like morally. At what point do you want to make a buck off of Starbucks image, Starbucks, name, likeness, etc.?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's just, it's like any good humorist or good comedian. You know when the joke's been beaten to death.
And the funny thing is, I was just about to say, what would you feel if someone came up with Dumb What About Pod? But that we've cornered the market.
What about dumb?
We're already good. No, we've cornered the market on dumb.
That's right. If you're still listening, you can agree. All two of you.
God bless you. Is that it for that story?
Donate to the show.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, good. All right. So what's next?
It's your favorite game ever, Flappy Bird.
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
You want to hear every game of Flappy Bird ever?
Yes.
If you don't like us on Facebook, you're really missing out because we do.
You should.
Yeah, we publish like little tiny things within the week when we haven't put out an episode yet. Sometimes we'll do a rewind and we'll play back funny bits from previous shows. But I came up with a little bit called Every Game of Flappy Bird Ever Played.
You really have to be there.
You son of a bitch.
Yes, Flappy Bird. Ridiculously addictive.
And ridiculously hard and ridiculously frustrating. And Flappy Bird's creator, Dong Nguyen.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Sorry. Dong Nguyen? Whenever you want.
He's decided to shut it down.
I don't get it.
What's not to get?
All right, you realize the ad revenue from this game.
He was making $50,000 a day.
A day.
Yeah.
All right, so you've seen the game, right?
I have seen the game. I have seen the many videos that have gone along with people playing the game.
Right.
And I have seen them blow up into conniption fits, which reminds me of me playing video games when I was 12.
Exactly. So, but this game has like the pipes from like Mario Brothers, and it has little, It's not a. If I remember
It's a
right,
little-
it was
what,
a
like-
flying fish in
Yeah.
Mario Brothers. Wasn't that the flying fish from Mario
It
Brothers?
looked like the flying fish. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was just going to say that.
So he had to have gotten like a cease and desist from Nintendo.
I don't think so. He sent out a tweet, and I quote, "I am sorry, Flappy Bird users, 22 hours from now, at the time this came out, I will take Flappy Bird down. I cannot take this anymore."
Take what? Making $50,000 a day?
I guess. The burden was just too much for him to bear.
I don't know that there's a burden that I wouldn't bear for $50,000 a day.
He'd said the decision had nothing to do with any kind of legal issues. Just he couldn't keep it up anymore.
Yeah, Dong couldn't keep it up.
The follow-up to this, since Flappy Bird's been removed from every store you could possibly purchase it from, there are people on eBay selling their phones that have the Flappy Bird app on there, and get this, one fetched a bid of, what was it?
$10,000.
$10,000.
Right. When I read about it, they hadn't verified that bid yet. But the thing that makes me think maybe it was or maybe it wasn't real, there are 12 people actively bidding on it. So it's not like one person said, I'll pay you $100,000 for it.
Yeah.
It went up and up and up incrementally.
Yes.
And I do have a Samsung Galaxy Nexus, which is like the forerunner to the Galaxy 3. It's about 2 years old.
That's
it's
exciting.
In fantastic shape for you Android users. And it has Flappy Bird installed on it.
Ooh.
I will sell that. Podcast at whataboutpod.com. We'll talk dollars. It's got to be enough for me to get into a new phone and get some overnight shipping so I can get the new phone and then wipe my old phone with, of course, keeping Flappy Bird on it and get it out to you.
You got to pay for a few lap dances for yours truly here.
Trust me, depending on where the bidding goes, you might get your own personal lap dance assistant for the podcast. And who knows?
I already have.
$100,000.
I already have one.
Suck up.
She's listening.
So $50,000 a day is $18.25 million a year.
He's already made out like a bandit anyway.
Well, right.
This didn't just come out for 3 days and then it's gone. The app's been out for at least a year.
Well, okay. I'm not going to debate.
It's been out for a while. I don't know about a year, but it does have 50 million downloads.
Right.
So that leads me to believe it's been out for a while.
Well, no, it took off like in the last month. It's gone.
Yeah, the last month
berserk.
it's just gone insane. Exactly.
But he's got other games apparently that are like a juggling game and some other game that are apparently very hard as well. I don't know if they're nearly as addictive. I've gotten in arguments about Flappy Bird with friends.
Yeah, I've heard you were ready to throw a laptop across the room.
Well, there was that.
Playing Flappy Bird one time.
Well, and then a friend of mine, and Diana from New York, she got a score that I didn't believe. So I'm like, you photoshopped that. She's like, how dare you? And it went back and forth, and I haven't talked to her in a couple days. Yada, yada, yada. I haven't talked to her in a couple days. I'll have to call her and, I don't know, apologize or something.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm still stuck at
probably a good idea.
94 on Flappy Bird.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm
never touched it.
I'm not a sensei.
I'm curious now.
Well, now that it's gone, of course, everyone's curious.
Yeah, I think that's part of the appeal.
He'll
now it's gone.
re-release it.
You want what you can't have, and he'd be stupid not to re-release it
with all the fervor.
Because now it's out there. Now, $50,000 a day, you can turn that into $100,000.
You can turn that into $51,000.
Yes, you could.
So,
feel free to donate to What About Pod, Mr. Dong. When?
Anytime.
Yes.
When? How about now? So yeah, listeners, I have a Galaxy Nexus. Great phone. Runs superbly. I'm taking offers.
Good.
Whataboutpod.com or podcast at whataboutpod.com.
Snatch it up. It's going to go fast.
Twitter at whataboutpod. And make an offer on the Facebook page. How's that for a plug for everything?
Yay.
Hey, let's take a break and come back and do more news.
Why not?
Hey, we're not cavemen anymore. Why are we still paying service fees for all our event tickets? Chris here, and I've got a solution for you. TicketClub.com. Ticket Club Premier members get amazing ticket prices to all the events you want to see. Better yet, they pay none of those annoying service fees that other sites charge. Head on over to the Support the Show page at www.whataboutpod.com. Click on the Ticket Club banner, join up, and start saving today.
That's right, TicketClub.com.
Check it out.
Go get
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with no service fees, even if you only buy like 3 concert tickets a year. But anyway, you heard the damn advertisement.
Yeah. Listen to it again in case you didn't.
Let's get on. Yeah, rewind. It's 30 seconds. So what's our next news story?
Did you know that you can make a bong out of a baby, man? Dude.
Totally.
Totes. Resident of Jupiter, Florida, right? Was caught smoking weed inside a maternity ward. Shaka, brah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was smoking weed in a maternity ward.
In a maternity ward.
Hey.
And again, this hails from the fine state of Florida. Well, hey, he may have been smoking weed, but at least he wasn't smoking.
No.
Yeah. That had to come about.
No crystal blue persuasion in the maternity ward.
What a shame, too.
What a shame. What a pod.
Those listless babies need a little pick-me-up.
They do.
I know it. Yeah.
No, they don't. They need a downer, dude. That guy'd be great. The total hippie pod stoner in the maternity ward. Calm down, little dude.
Dude.
Well, that was like Matthew McConaughey I just did right there.
Yeah, do that again.
Calm down. No, I can't do it again. I channeled him for like 2 seconds.
Life is all about living. Livin.
You sound like Matthew McConaughey and Forrest Gump had a kid. It's like a box of chocolate. Live in. All right.
I do know what love is.
I don't know much.
Needless to say, cops were called. They arrested him because they smelled marijuana in the delivery unit, and they confronted our boy DB, David Baston.
DB.
And he coughed up a vaporizer, and the officer wrote in the report, a green leafy substance that I know from my training and experience to be raw cannabis.
Yeah.
So Baston was charged with possession of cannabis under 20 grams and possession of drug paraphernalia. Duh.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know,
No, I insist. No,
chill out. You're having a baby. You're all stressed out. Or maybe you just went in there. Wouldn't it be funny if you had no business being there? It's like, I just want to be around some babies and smoke some weed, man.
I didn't have a place to smoke my weed, man. Hey, stop harshing my mellow, yo.
That's the end of the pod story. Well, I think Ricciardi might have landed in Las Vegas. You want to hear about the Las Vegas bathrooms?
Ooh, they have bathrooms in Las Vegas?
Apparently. Here we go.
Every major city in America has an airport, and each of them have restrooms. Here with another airport restroom review, Chris Ricciardi.
Well, here we are at the McCarran Airport in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's rather disgusting. They have stalls here, stalls there, and stalls over there. There's people everywhere. I think I just saw a slot machine. It's not very clean, yet somebody did offer me something. However, it wasn't a mint. I'm going to have to give 2 flushes here in Vegas. 2 flushes.
Only 2 flushes?
Well, it's Vegas, dude.
Yeah. What did they offer him instead of a mint?
The mind can only wonder.
Maybe a poker chip?
Perhaps several. Or maybe a little toe tap underneath the stall.
Maybe somebody wanted him to pull their liver.
Yes. Flush my toilet.
Cha-ching.
Let's do some entertainment report.
You got it.
Woo! In a world where clearly not enough time is spent discussing celebrities and entertainment, it's the What About Pod Entertainment Report. Here with all the entertainment news you can use, Chris and production assistant Hogan.
Now get mad and start talking.
So here we are with the 3rd installment of the What About Pod Entertainment Report. And I wanted to talk, we talked a little earlier about the Olympics. I wanted to talk specifically about Bob Costas.
Why?
Because the dude has messed up eyes. It was first thought that he had pink eye, but I think it's worse than that now. Because if you saw him on, I think it was Thursday, it looked like he had pink eye in one of his eyes. And then apparently yesterday night, we're recording on Tuesday, I think it was Monday night, he has like dead zombie eyes now. They're both like super puffy red.
Aren't they calling it Sochi eye?
Sochi eye. So the infection in Costas' eye appeared on Thursday. Then I guess it was on Sunday, it spread over his right eye. Then apparently Tuesday, this is the day of this taping, when he woke up, his eyes were swollen and crusted. Have you ever had pink eye?
Oh, God. No, I have not had pink eye.
I had bacterial pink eye, which means something got in my eye.
You didn't wipe your ass after you went to the bathroom and you
that'd
rub
be
your eye.
viral.
Oh,
bacterial. Well, no, I don't know.
I thought that'd be bacterial. It's bacteria.
Could
right?
be. Yeah. Well, I mean, who doesn't like a
Sorry,
good,
I was trying to kind of jab you in the side there.
fecal eye rub from time to time? Anyway,
Healthy.
I had bacterial pink eye once, and it got into both my eyes, and that's the most disgusting thing ever. Because when you sleep, obviously your eyes are infected, so they excise that
So it
infection
builds up, right?
by producing basically immense amounts of eye boogers, essentially.
That's yummy.
Yes, eye boogers.
Yeah.
I almost feel like not talking about.
Keep going. Don't stop.
All right, sorry.
Yes,
I'm going to push through.
Yeah.
So you wake up, and your eyes, basically your eyelashes are like pasted all together. You can't open your. It's the most disgusting
That
thing
is
ever.
disgusting.
It is a very severe case of pink eye, but now he can't even be on TV. He was wearing glasses to try and help him see. So the glasses just made it look even worse. Just Google Bob Costas pictures, and I'm sure
Bob Costas' eyes.
He will,
I assure you, if you look at these pictures, your eyes will water.
Oh!
Yeah, it's uncomfortable to look at, and I think that it's got to impact his ability to read a teleprompter. I mean,
Sure.
he had glasses on, but it just makes the magnified look of his eyes within the camera. It's ridiculously disgusting. He actually had to pass off his duties. Now Matt Lauer, everyone's favorite D-bag. I can't freaking stand Matt Lauer.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty.
Well, so
I'll reserve my judgment, but yeah, I'm kind of right there with you.
he gave up his studio duties to Matt Lauer. I think this is an elaborate ruse by Dan Patrick.
You think so?
Dan Patrick can't win a sports Emmy because Bob Costas exists. Bob
That's a good
Costas
point.
wins a sports Emmy every freaking year.
Yeah, well, Bob Costas is good.
Well, of course he is, but it's well known that Dan Patrick covets that sports Emmy.
Yes, he
and
does.
What better way to give him pink eye so bad that he has to tap out? He had to tap out in the middle of the freaking Olympics.
Yep.
That's a
bad sign.
That's a baton dropper in the
You're
last
gonna
leg of
have
the
a
relay.
bad time.
Exactly. So Bob Costas, avid supporter of the What About, by the way. He listens. He finds
Every
us
single episode. Big fan.
intellectually stimulating, and he thinks we're really good people. So, Bob, best of luck in your healing, and we hope you make the rest of the Olympics.
May your eyes turn white again.
One more time.
All right.
So moving on, this past week, the 50th anniversary of their first performance at the Ed Sullivan Theater, back when it was actually Ed Sullivan's show. And it was
a really good show.
Star-studded gala. I thought about 90% of the acts absolutely killed it. I was blown away. Annie Lennox, the Eurythmics got back together. They did Fool on the Hill, which is fantastic.
Yeah, Annie Lennox, Dave Stewart, yeah, very solid.
She was...
Not sure about the dress, though.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a
tinfoil,
silvery ball gown looking thing.
She took a...
But who am I to judge?
Aluminum wrap and just wrapped it around.
But she has been,
whatever.
as a live performer, she has been pitch perfect for forever. She comes out and does stuff live. Every time I've ever seen her, even if I don't like the song she's singing, she is pitch perfect, and it blows me away. So she did a fine job.
Yep.
Dave Grohl did a bit, on and on and on.
Stevie Wonder, I liked his.
Yes. There were a lot of really good ones, but there was one that was absolutely horrible. It was John Mayer and Keith Urban, who I don't pay attention. I guess
Keith Urban's a country music singer from Australia.
Yeah.
He's actually married to Nicole Kidman.
Well, all right. So douche factor of 4 automatically.
Yeah, well.
And that performance sucked.
Seriously, I watched that. He was making love to the camera. It seemed like it just... Every weird face you can make while you're playing the guitar, he made.
He had like Miley Cyrus syndrome.
He did, just hammed it up.
Goofy, effed up.
Giving the sex eyes to the camera, and who knows what the hell was on his mind. Then John Mayer and his outfit.
Well,
what was going on
And
there?
I don't like... John Mayer actually is a relatively accomplished guitarist.
Personally, I don't like John Mayer, but I'll give him props for his chops.
They did Don't Let Me Down, which is another one of my favorite. The funny thing is about the Beatles, as a minor segue, you and I actually agree on the best Beatles album of all time. I don't know that I've ever met anyone that agrees with me like that before.
Oh, my God.
Rubber Soul is the best Beatles album.
Easily.
I'm going to say ever. The diversity on that album is amazing. Go listen to Rubber Soul. Anyway, back to Douche and Douche. The song sucked. The singing sucked. They tried to make it their own. Oh, the other thing I didn't really like was the Alicia Keys John Legend thing, because John Legend sung Alicia Keys out of the building. he is pure, and he doesn't need to like syncopate or.
No, he hits those notes when he wants to.
But it's pure. It's straight through. Mm-hmm. He doesn't need to like over sing it, and I think you make a major mistake if you try and. You can make a Beatles song, quote unquote, your own, but when you over sing it, even at all, it becomes like you hear it and it's wildly apparent. And Alicia Keys, I mean, she's very talented. I don't have anything.
Oh, yeah.
I like her.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But when she gets, John Legend just made her look really bad. Because he is pure all the way through. And he stayed true to the song, yet made it his own while doing so. That was another good one. But John Mayer and Keith Urban, I put it.
Not a fan.
I put a post on Facebook as I was watching it. I said, John Mayer and whoever this other guy is, because I didn't know it was Keith Urban, that's helping him butcher Don't Let Me Down, has let me down. John Mayer trying to play tribute to the Beatles is like Ryan Leaf wearing a Joe Montana jersey.
Oh, God.
Are they both musicians? Okay, sure. But no comparison.
No comparison. Thank you.
And I'm a little bit of a Beatles maniac, so I was a little hypercritical. I don't think so, though.
No.
They sucked.
I think you're fair. I saw that performance, and yes, it sucked. I was not a big fan.
Excellent. And that wraps up the entertainment report. Before we get on to the cat story, teaser.
Is it one or two?
Of the week.
One or two.
Let's get our last check-in from Ricciardi. I think he's in Atlanta now.
Every major city in America has an airport, and each of them have restrooms. Here with another airport restroom review, Chris Ricciardi.
Now, last but not least, we have discovered the bathrooms here in Hotlanta, right outside Atlanta, Georgia. A beautiful airport, well taken care of. As we know, people in the South take pride in just about everything that they do. Everything looks beautiful. The people are friendly. Nobody here to hand me anything, but I really didn't need anything. Toilet paper, good. Everything, good. I'm going to have to give 4.5 flushes here in Atlanta.
Pretty lofty praise.
Lofty praise for the now frozen Atlanta bathroom.
That mysterious tundra.
We might have to find a guest or something for next week because he might be building an igloo right now.
He might be frozen to a toilet seat.
And for the long haul.
Ice fishing.
So hopefully we'll have Chris back live and in studio next Tuesday. That being said, do we have a cat story or two?
You bet.
Ooh.
It's time for Producer Jay's Cat Story of the Week.
Gotta let it finish out.
Yeah, so there's actually some scuttlebutt around the studios that you might have more than one cat story this week. Is this true?
I think I tipped my hand earlier.
Ooh.
Yes, we have more than one cat story.
So what's our first one?
Don't you hate it when you go down to pet your cat and you find that it's not a cat, rather a raccoon?
Wow, that's unbelievable.
That must have happened to you too, huh, Hulk?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
He's taking a lot of raccoons to bed.
So poor back in the day.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon.
Oh, well, all right.
Well, I think he's going to be coming for us. Oh, boy.
Hate for you to dish, but I don't know. Anybody else?
Howard Stern.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa. Uh-oh. He might hear this and come
Two
after us.
non-kitties in the bed.
Uh-oh.
Is that all?
The Rock.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Oh,
Keep going. Don't stop.
Keep going. Don't stop. I'd be real pissed off.
I just said that.
All right. Sorry. A little crazy on the soundboard. So, yeah. Have you ever gone to bed with something and then realized it wasn't the something you went to bed with?
Jenny Ballou did.
Oh, shit.
This 73-year-old woman thought she was petting her cat. Turns out it was not just only a raccoon, but a deranged raccoon. This raccoon. Yeah.
Anyway.
Would you like to do this, Hulk?
No.
Come on, Hulk. I know you want to. Please.
No way.
All right.
Way. Come on.
Sorry.
Okay.
Look, man, I made a mistake.
All right.
Clearly.
Sorry. All right. So she was sleeping with a raccoon.
She didn't know it was the raccoon. The raccoon was out of sight. She was sight unseen, just reached down to pet it. Next thing you know, the raccoon jumps up, bites her on the mouth, and clings to her mouth.
Raccoons are nasty. Raccoons are nasty fuckers, man.
Up until recently, I thought raccoons were fairly benign, but they are vicious fuckers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are there any raccoons in Flagstaff? There have to be raccoons in Flagstaff.
I never saw one. I'm not saying that there aren't, but I never saw one.
I'd imagine if there were going to be in Arizona, Flagstaff would be the place. Up north would be a raccoonish climate.
I'm sure there is. So we had a lot of skunks in Flagstaff.
Oh, yeah. Well, there was, and the funny thing was, I was about to bring that up. Wasn't there it was like a Pearl Eye Center or, a Vision Center commercial of a lady that goes out in her backyard without her glasses on. She's like, come on, kitty.
Yes,
and something
lets in a raccoon.
Was it a raccoon or a skunk?
Yeah, it was a raccoon.
There you go.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
There you go. So to continue with the story here, so the raccoon's locked in her jaw, right?
Ugh.
Biting her lower lip.
Jesus.
Just struggling for over 2 minutes. So eventually she pried the raccoon off with her thumbs, but not before she tried to bludgeon the poor thing with a phone.
I would think that would almost be like a pit bull. Like a wild animal that gets on you like that, I think once it makes that decision to kick your ass, you almost have to kill it.
That ass is going to get kicked unless you do something about it.
Yeah.
And that's what this raccoon did. This raccoon just did not let go. So again, she bludgeoned the raccoon with the phone, pried the raccoon off of her face. The raccoon went scurrying to the bathroom where animal control found it and subdued it and took it away.
Rabbit? Was it rabbit?
It was tested positive for rabies.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So now she gets to go through rabies treatment.
That's right. Yes. Oh. And naturally, they euthanized the raccoon.
Well, yeah. Rabbit.
You kind of have to.
But now she has to get the rabies shots and the...
Oh, no.
I know. It's just a real bummer.
It's real sad. Yeah.
Ouch.
Right.
So does that do it for that cat story?
That's cat story number 1's out of the way.
And we have
the cat tube.
We have a late addition to the cat tube brought to us by... You realize who dug that story up, right?
Hulk Hogan?
No, Jamie freaking Miner from The Ugly Truth.
Oh,
put it on her Facebook page,
right?
and I said, "Holy crap! Here is we got to include this for cat story." So, Jamie, thank you,
Jamie.
What is our second cat story?
You ever get frustrated looking for work?
Time to time, absolutely.
Yeah. If you need a job, you're working the grind, pounding the pavement, whatever you do these days, sending out applications all over the place, and you just kind of get tired of being rejected this way and that to jobs you're qualified for, and they just won't take you for some unknown reason.
Ugh.
It's frustrating, sure. But you learn to live with it. You learn to walk on. Except this guy in St. Louis.
Uh-oh.
He got frustrated by so many turndowns for applications. He decided to mail companies that shot him down cat poop.
This could be a problem.
Absolutely.
It could be a problem, and it turned out to be a problem.
Ugh.
Investigators, as they came to find out later on, connected 20 of these packages to this one guy, Javons Brown.
Javons?
Javons.
Hey, like
yes.
the Fonz?
The Fonz. Hey.
What?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Javons.
So he got placed 2 years on probation. I figured it'd be more. I don't know. Well, what's the stipulation for mailing cat poop to people? I mean, is that like anthrax? I mean, what do you do there?
Yeah, right.
What's I mean, 2 years, I don't know. I don't get it. Only 2 years?
I think that was really more of, I don't think he was trying, well, my guess is that they found he wasn't like trying to hurt anyone. He was just giving you the FU.
He was lashing out.
Right.
He was
Here's the FU.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, lashing out, thinking it wasn't it was a victimless crime. It's not.
Apparently.
There are people that handle the mail. There are people that are close to the packages. There are people that could inhale the smell that comes from the people that receive the packages. And cat poop is no.
Well, we were talking.
No joke.
Right.
It can make you psycho if you inhale enough of it.
Well, we talked about this before we went on the air. I don't think anything can make you psycho if you inhale enough of it. So we had a friend. We were talking about this before we went on the air. We have a friend who got like deathly ill, was in the hospital, emergency room.
Gina.
Yeah, for inhaling like the particles that come from cat litter when you're changing the litter box. Apparently, you're supposed to wear like a SARS mask when you do that. You're not supposed to inhale any of that. She got like deathly ill because
she was knocked out for about a good year.
Yeah,
well, that was like the beginning of it,
right? But that was
Gina, why don't you listen anymore? Listen to this episode.
She got a man.
She got a man.
She
got a mighty good man.
She used to have the two of us, and now she's got a Steve.
That's right. Apparently, Steve makes her laugh more than we do.
Son of a bitch.
What an asshole.
Why can't you listen together on the couch?
Both of you. Enjoy it.
Exactly.
Kick back. Make some popcorn.
No such luck.
I know. We've lost.
Wish in one hand and cat poop in the other.
Does that do it for the cat story? Cat stories of the week?
Wraps it up in a neat little bow and put a stamp on and send it away.
Amen. So I think the only thing we have left to do this episode is vocal pauses. Do you have those ready?
Oh, you betcha.
So the vocal pauses, for those of you who haven't listened, first, shame on you. Secondly, these are all the ums, ands, ers, and other assorted things that were cut from episode 42, which aired today.
And I've decided to expand it and not only include us, ums, ers, whats, you knows, likes, and everything like that. This is kind of a little vocal pause / outtakes.
Uh-oh.
Kinda. Here we go.
Do it.
Give him the business.
So we're
look,
yeah.
It's
that was a very musical show we had last week, apparently.
Yes, it was. It was inspired by your best worst song, the polka.
Yes, I don't want her. You can have her.
She's too fat for me.
So does that wind it up for this week?
I'm done if you're done.
I'm overdone. Whew. Whirlwind, episode 43.
The Darren Sproles episode.
Oh,
we always forget that.
We're forgetting that now at the top of every episode. But anyway, for Chris Ricciardi, who's in Atlanta, and producer Jay, it's Chris saying, later.
Meow.
You've been listening to What About Pod, a part of the Mix Media Network. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at WhatAboutPod. We're also on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Stitcher. Download the Stitcher app today on Android or Apple platforms. This show brought to you by hairless cats and hairless dogs. Until next time, balls.